magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2. This powerful trio might just be the most crucial supplement combination you'll ever encounter. Frankly, a staggering majority, over half the global population, stands to gain significantly from incorporating these into their regimen. The reason is simple. A substantial portion of individuals are deficient in at least one, if not all, of these absolutely vital nutrients. And it's certainly no mere coincidence that prevalent conditions like heart disease, dementia, hypertension, and diabetes continue their alarming ascent. Now, let's be clear. We're not suggesting that these vitamins offer an outright cure or guaranteed prevention for these conditions. However, scientific evidence unequivocally demonstrates that deficiencies in magnesium and vitamin D significantly elevate your susceptibility to severe health complications, including cardiovascular disease, renal problems, cognitive impairment, and various metabolic disorders. Therefore, integrating magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 into your daily regimen is undoubtedly a prudent strategy. Yet, a significant challenge arises. Numerous individuals commit crucial errors when supplementing, mistakes that can unfortunately have adverse effects, potentially leading to arterial calcium accumulation, atrial fibrillation, and in some extreme instances, even stroke. That's precisely why, in this video, we're going to meticulously unpack 11 critically important factors you must understand before taking this combination. Our aim is to ensure you reap the full spectrum of benefits without inadvertently jeopardizing your health. Before we dive in, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. This simple action helps our video reach more people who could truly benefit from this valuable information. Let's get started. 1. These essential nutrients function as a cohesive team, but only when dosed correctly. Magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2 collectively form one of the most potent supplement combinations for enhancing overall health, but their efficacy is maximized only when taken appropriately and in the right amounts. Magnesium, for example, is indispensable for maintaining a stable heart rhythm, regulating blood sugar, supporting kidney health, and even optimizing brain function. Crucially, it also plays a key role in activating vitamin D3. Without sufficient magnesium, your body simply cannot properly utilize the D3 you consume. Vitamin D3, on its part, facilitates your body's absorption of calcium. However, without vitamin K2, that absorbed calcium can regrettably accumulate in your arteries instead of being directed to your bones, thereby increasing the risk of heart disease and calcification. K2 acts much like a precise traffic director, efficiently guiding calcium to the areas where it's most needed, such as your bones and teeth. That's why precise dosage is absolutely critical. Most adults generally require around 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium daily, ideally in a highly absorbable form like magnesium glycinate. While it's often excellent before bedtime for improved sleep quality, splitting the dose, perhaps 200 milligrams in the morning and 200 milligrams in the evening, can provide more consistent all-day support. Vitamin D3 and K2 should ideally be taken in the morning with a meal that contains healthy fats, such as avocado or olive oil, to ensure proper absorption. Experts often suggest a daily intake of 5,000 to 10,000 IU of D3, paired with K2 in a specific proportion, often targeting approximately 1 microgram of K2 for every 100 IU of D3. So, for instance, if you're consuming 5,000 IU of D3, around 50 micrograms of K2 would be an appropriate complement. When taken correctly, this powerful combination can profoundly support your heart, bones, brain, and much more. However, if you get it wrong, the consequences could potentially do more harm than good. 2. Consuming high doses of D3 without adequate K2 can be hazardous. Many individuals unfortunately make the mistake of taking substantial doses of vitamin D3, sometimes as much as 5,000 to 10,000 IU daily, without incorporating sufficient vitamin K2, or worse, omitting it entirely. This practice can be quite dangerous because, while D3 effectively helps your body absorb calcium, without K2, that calcium can accumulate in undesirable locations such as your arteries, joints, or kidneys, rather than being properly deposited into your bones. Over time, this imbalance can significantly elevate your risk of arterial calcification, high blood pressure, and even contribute to a stroke. K2 is the crucial element that keeps calcium properly regulated. Therefore, taking D3 without K2 is akin to pressing the gas pedal in a car without having any control over the steering wheel. 3. Ensure you avoid underdosing or overdosing by selecting the correct supplement. One of the most prevalent errors people make with magnesium, D3, and K2 supplements is getting the dosage wrong, either by inadvertently overdosing or underdosing without even realizing it. This issue is particularly common when it comes to magnesium. A significant number of people unknowingly underdose magnesium because many supplement brands utilize misleading labels. You'll frequently encounter 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate boldly displayed on the front of a bottle, but if you turn it around and scrutinize the fine print, you might discover it actually contains only 60 milligrams or 90 milligrams of elemental magnesium. That prominent 400 milligrams figure refers to the entire compound, not the actual, absorbable magnesium your body can utilize. Consequently, someone might take one capsule, believing they're receiving the full 400 milligrams, but in reality, they're only getting a mere fraction, and then they wonder why they experience no tangible difference even after months of consistent supplementation. This can become extremely dangerous, particularly if you are relying on your magnesium supplementation to help manage or lower your blood pressure. Remember, without adequate magnesium, your body cannot properly absorb and effectively utilize potassium. A deficiency in both these vital minerals can cause your blood pressure to surge dramatically, not to mention impacting over 300 other crucial physiological processes in the body. Here's the plain truth. It's almost physically impossible to fit 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium into just 1 or 2 average-sized capsules. If you encounter a brand making such a claim, it's highly likely they are not providing the complete and accurate information. If you're looking for trustworthy options, we've linked to some reputable brands in the description, brands that genuinely contain what they claim, verified by independent lab testing. And if you haven't seen it yet, we also produced a video detailing the results of those lab tests, showcasing which popular brands passed and which ones unfortunately did not. The links are in the description. 4. Dietary fat is essential for absorbing vitamin D3 and K2. Vitamin D3 and K2 are fat-soluble vitamins, which means your body simply cannot absorb them efficiently without the presence of dietary fat. Taking them on an empty stomach or with a very low-fat meal is one of the most common mistakes people make. Without fat, a substantial portion of the D3 and K2 you consume will merely pass through your system, unutilized. That's precisely why it's best to take them in the morning with a meal that incorporates healthy fats, such as avocado, olive oil, nuts, or eggs, as we mentioned earlier. This straightforward step can dramatically enhance how effectively your body absorbs and fully utilizes these incredibly powerful nutrients. 5. A magnesium deficiency can render vitamin D3 ineffective. Most people are unaware that magnesium is absolutely essential for the activation of vitamin D3 within the body. Without sufficient magnesium, the vitamin D you consume remains in its inactive form, meaning your body is unable to properly utilize it. So, even if you're consistently taking 5,000 or even 10,000 IU of D3 every single day, if you are magnesium deficient, it's practically as if you're taking nothing at all. And that poses a significant problem because vitamin D3 plays an incredibly crucial role in regulating blood pressure, supporting insulin sensitivity, keeping your immune system robust, and even protecting your mood. A deficiency in D3 has been causally linked to a wide range of issues, from depression and chronic fatigue to frequent infections and blood sugar dysregulation. I can tell you from personal experience, low vitamin D can make you feel utterly dreadful. You might experience persistent tiredness, anxiety, mental fog, or just feel fundamentally unlike yourself. And the most frustrating part is, if you're already taking vitamin D3, you probably wouldn't even suspect that low vitamin D is the underlying issue. You'll continue to ponder, what on earth is wrong with me? Completely unaware that your body simply cannot absorb or effectively activate what you're providing it. 6. You cannot rely on standard blood tests to accurately diagnose magnesium deficiency. Most individuals incorrectly assume that if their magnesium blood test results come back within the normal range, they are completely in the clear. However, that assumption is far from the truth, and here's why. Less than 1% of your body's total magnesium is actually found in your bloodstream. The vast majority, approximately 99%, is stored deep within your bones, muscles, and cells, areas that standard blood tests simply cannot assess. Your body exerts tremendous effort to maintain stable blood magnesium levels, even if it means actively drawing magnesium from your bones or muscles to achieve this balance. This is because magnesium is integral to critical functions such as regulating heartbeat, transmitting nerve signals, and facilitating muscle contractions. Therefore, even if you are severely deficient at a cellular level, your blood test may still appear perfectly normal. It's much like trying to assess the fuel level in your car by only looking at the exhaust pipe. It provides absolutely no information about what's actually in the tank. Your body also possesses clever mechanisms for recycling and conserving magnesium when levels are low. It will reduce the amount it excretes through urine, and it may even borrow magnesium from tissues where it's desperately needed, all just to prevent your blood levels from dropping too low. That's precisely why magnesium deficiency often goes undetected until pronounced symptoms begin to manifest, such as muscle cramps, persistent fatigue, anxiety, poor sleep, or heart palpitations. And even if you believe you're maintaining what seems like a healthy diet, you might still not be getting enough magnesium. Why? Because thanks to modern farming practices and mineral-depleted soil, the magnesium content in our vegetables and grains has declined dramatically over the past 50 years. Crops today simply do not contain the same amount of magnesium they once did. On top of that, factors like chronic stress, caffeine consumption, alcohol intake, excessive sugar, certain medications, and even regular sweating can all deplete magnesium levels far faster than you can replenish them. So, relying solely on a standard blood test to gauge your magnesium status is not only misleading, but can actually give you a dangerous false sense of security. If you're feeling unwell or off, but your test results are normal, magnesium deficiency could still very well be the crucial missing piece of your health puzzle. 7. There are two primary forms of K2, and one is inherently superior. When it comes to vitamin K2, it's important to understand that not all forms are created equal. The two main types are -4 Malawian Kwaches and -7 Malawian Kwaches. While both undeniably support heart and bone health, -7 Malawian Kwaches is generally considered the superior form, particularly when it comes to dietary supplements. -7 Malawian Kwaches remains active in your body for a significantly longer duration than -4 Malawian Kwaches, which translates to it working more effectively over an extended period. It boasts a longer half-life, allowing for more stable blood levels and ultimately better activation of the proteins responsible for directing calcium into your bones and keeping it out of your arteries. That's precisely the desired effect when you're taking vitamin D3, which inherently increases calcium absorption. 8. K2 and D3 can improve heart health, but only in conjunction with magnesium. Vitamins D3 and K2 are frequently lauded for their vital role in protecting cardiovascular health, and for good reason. However, there's a crucial caveat. This heart protective team simply doesn't function optimally without sufficient magnesium. Magnesium acts as the essential cofactor that activates the enzymes your body requires to properly process both vitamin D3 and K2. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D3 cannot be efficiently converted into its active form, and K2 cannot effectively direct calcium into the correct anatomical locations. Instead of genuinely supporting your heart, this mineral imbalance could potentially lead to the undesirable buildup of calcium in soft tissues and blood vessels. 9. What other nutrients do you need for your body to properly utilize these key nutrients? While magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 collaboratively exert powerful effects, there's one additional nutrient that plays a critical, often behind-the-scenes role: zinc. Zinc helps regulate vitamin D receptors and is instrumental in supporting your immune system, insulin function, and cellular repair processes. But here's an important consideration. If you're supplementing with high doses of zinc over an extended period, especially exceeding 30 milligrams daily, you also need to incorporate copper to maintain a vital balance. Excessive zinc without compensatory copper can lead to a copper deficiency, which in turn negatively impacts energy levels, heart rhythm, and can even compromise your immune system. So, if you're adding zinc to your D3, K2, and magnesium routine, exercise prudence. Consider a balanced zinc to copper ratio, typically around 10:1, to ensure everything remains in perfect harmony. 10. Carbohydrates can significantly deplete your magnesium levels. Carbohydrates, especially refined carbohydrates, can indeed seriously deplete your body's magnesium reserves. Every time you consume sugar or highly processed carbs, such as white bread, pastries, or soda, your body requires extra magnesium to metabolize them. The more of these foods you ingest, the more magnesium your body rapidly burns through just to process the resulting sugar spike, and this can quickly drain your essential mineral reserves. This is where many people go wrong. They might think, well, I take a bunch of supplements now, so I can eat whatever I want. But that's a profound mistake. Supplements are explicitly designed to support a healthy lifestyle, not to serve as a complete replacement for one. If your diet is consistently loaded with processed junk, you're essentially forcing your body to fight a continuous uphill battle. And no amount of supplementation can fully undo that damage. So, if you're investing your money in magnesium, D3, and K2, but still subsisting on fast food and sugary treats, you might as well be flushing those valuable capsules down the toilet. To genuinely experience the profound benefits, your supplements should always complement a clean, whole food-based diet, not attempt to compensate for a poor one. 11. Certain medications and health conditions can deplete or block these vital nutrients. Many people are unaware that common medications, such as proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, used for acid reflux, diuretics, birth control pills, and even some blood pressure medications, can severely deplete your body's magnesium and zinc levels over time. And without sufficient magnesium, your body simply cannot activate vitamin D3 or properly utilize K2. Furthermore, even chronic health conditions like diabetes, persistent stress, or poor gut health can interfere with how effectively you absorb and retain these crucial nutrients. Therefore, if you are on any long-term medication or managing a chronic health issue, it becomes even more imperative to closely monitor your intake, meticulously choose highly absorbable forms of these supplements, and work closely with a qualified health professional if needed. Thanks for watching. Remember, while magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 can offer truly incredible benefits, everyone's body is unique. So, always consult your healthcare provider before initiating or discontinuing any supplement regimen. If you found this video informative and helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more clear, science-backed health videos just like this one. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one.